My name's Tobin, and I did a workshop with Dave Ellis about a year ago now. And that workshop, the timing of it, was incredibly pivotal. So I wanted to give a little bit of a preamble to the video that he's going to show with me working with him. Who I am today is completely different from who I was when that video was shot. And I'm sure who I will be in a year will be a completely different person from who I am today. But it felt important to share a little bit more of my presence and who I feel like I'm embodying myself as today as opposed to in that video at the time. It was quite profound, the shifts that occurred after. In fact, all the goals and things that I thought I wanted to accomplish at that time ended up being a doorway to a complete wreckage of the part of me that wanted those things. And now the way they're manifesting is sort of miraculous and magical and very different from the kind of consciousness and level that I was at, the desire, the aspirations that were kind of driving me at that time. I think were actually there to help me shift out of a fear-based way of living that was still running in my system. So I feel it's been sort of a miracle what's occurred since then. And I love Dave. I think he's an amazing, amazing man, an amazing teacher. So I hope you'll check out what he has to offer and learn from him and grow from him in the way that is possible, because he has amazing tools and he's an amazing man. So hope you enjoy it, and hope it serves you. Thanks a lot.
All right, so thanks for thinking. My job is to help you think, to go from, you said, how many solutions? Really good ones?
The only one I came up with was get and hire a coach.
Uh-huh.
So,
Get a, what kind of coach?
just a coach that would, business coach,
Uh-huh.
you know, somebody, a consultant or a PR
Okay.
person that I would work with.
Yeah. So to get your workout would be to get a coach or a PR person, and of course that's a good idea,
Yeah.
but that's only one, and
Yeah.
you don't want to leave with one, you want to leave with at least 7. And
Yeah. And especially because funds are limited, you know, it just feels like that's my problem, is that I have very limited funds in terms of investing in marketing and that kind of thing. So,
Yeah.
so I've just been kind of stuck sitting there like, oh, if I just, it's like there's this hurdle there, and if I could just get on the other side of it, things feel like they could really mushroom and blossom.
Yeah.
But I felt like, oh, money, if I had, you know, if I had $100,000, I'd invest, or however much. If I had better health, I'd have more energy and get myself out there. And so both of those things together have felt like the little hurdle that I'm on.
So the goal is to get your workout to more people, you're teaching.
Yeah.
And the problem is not enough money and not enough great health.
Yes.
So you're looking for solutions to either solve the money problem, the health problem, or both,
Yeah.
but really to get the workout.
Yeah, yeah. And what I see, I mean, really, I guess the goal is just having a life that feels more abundant, more healthy. I mean, to me, on the other side of this problem,
Yeah.
I would feel brighter, lighter, more healthy, more abundant,
Yeah.
and like I'm giving my gift in a bigger way.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the end
That's the
result,
goal, yeah.
and we're looking for a lot of different ways to get there.
Yeah,
And I'm thinking you came up with some wild ones, maybe.
yeah, yeah.
Give me a couple of wild ones, and then we'll go for
My
the great
memory
ones.
is
Oh, good. You don't remember them. That's better. So give me a new wild
a
one.
new one. Connect with really successful people and just kind of resonate with what they're doing, and instead of like, I think I've been hanging around like the Northern California New Age healer types who are always struggling, and just to get connected to a different caliber of people.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's not a very wild and crazy one. I mean, that seems like to me, just to my ears, I'm not trying to talk you out
Yeah,
of it,
no,
but
it's a
or
good
into
one.
it, seems like a really good idea.
yeah, so I came up with a few what feel like good ideas, but not like something that felt like
Right.
rock solid. But that was one of them. What else? I guess wild and crazy is I could do something wild and crazy and so that it was newsworthy, and then you know, I'd get a lot of publicity that way.
Yeah.
just teach in my underwear from now on. Or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
naked teacher guy.
Yes. There you go. That's really going to go over well here, too. Yeah. The naked guru.
Exactly.
Yeah. Did you just think of that?
Just thought of it.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
Yeah, so I'm feeling like that was like one of those hooks that went into the
Yeah.
lower part of the brain.
Yeah. Yeah. So do something wild and crazy that gets at people's attention. And it's, of course, not the wild and crazy thing that you really want them to pay attention to. You want them to pay attention to your message and your work,
Right.
but the wild and crazy gets their attention.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I happen to personally like that one. For years, I took off my clothes every time I taught. Yeah, I did. I did a seductive kind of strip tease. It really got people's attention. And I stopped it just because they all remembered that, but they didn't remember my point.
Teaching.
Yeah. So now I had clothes on underneath. I had another set of clothes.
I see.
But I like this one. Yeah,
Okay,
the
so
naked
that's
guru.
one idea.
Or something. So now let's take this wild and crazy idea and see if you can think of something that really, I think that I really like the naked part, but because I just think, there's so many analogies. This whole thing about, exposing yourself and
being
not being
vulnerable.
ashamed, and being fully expressed, and
Yeah, being vulnerable, being open.
right, vulnerable and open, and then you could even invite the people who came to listen to join you.
It gets a little risque. That puts me in a whole other category of teacher. But it's fun to think outside the box for sure. So, yeah. What else? Feeling stumped.
Yeah.
Feeling stumped.
Yeah, you don't look stumped, and I don't think you're stumped.
Contemplative.
So, but I got you. Yes, you look contemplative. So that's my job, is to help you keep thinking. I'll even
Throw maybe a question out for me that might help.
well, I'm gonna throw a challenge,
Okay.
which is you think of another good idea, and I'll throw out an idea, and then you throw out an idea, and I will. We'll do this
Okay.
ping pong back
I
and
like
forth,
That sounds good.
and I'll say stuff that I've never said before if you do too.
Okay.
Okay, you go first.
Um,
Is there ways to either handle your money,
Just-
handle your health, or bring your work out?
I think, what's popping into my mind is just have enough confidence to borrow some money and think of it as a business loan and just invest in myself
Yeah.
and spend 10 grand and spend part of that on healthy food and healers and part of that on some great solid marketing and put myself out there at another level than what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Upgrade my website and stuff.
Yeah. I really like that idea, particularly the 10,000 part, because it's not 100,000, it's not a million, it's just 10,000. Now, of course, you don't want to lose 10,000, but it's enough
doable.
that it could do a lot, and it's not so much that it would just kill you if it didn't work.
Yeah, and for me, it's just that confidence factor, and just that's the little boost
Yeah.
that I've been looking for. So.
Yeah. So that's the other piece, is the borrow the money is one strategy, and then the being part of that is just really bring another level of confidence.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Okay, so you did two. Let's see, I might have to, but I'm only going to do one because that's the game.
Okay.
So those are two good ones. Instead of paying for service, trade for service. When I started my company, the marketing person, because I didn't feel like a marketing person, I went to this guy and said, look, I'll give you a piece of the future if you work for free. And he did. And he walked away a few years later, multimillionaire.
Wow,
But he worked for a year and a half for free.
got it.
So he had a lot of what they call skin in the game, because he wasn't getting any money. And but yet he worked very hard, and he walked away a multimillionaire.
That's cool.
And so
like
there,
that.
it's a trade.
Right.
It's a deal.
And put a percentage on it. And
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah, and that's what I did. Actually, told him that I'd give him 7.5% of whatever came in, and then it started coming in so fast. I went back to him and I said, I think that was too much. Do you mind lowering it to 5? And he said, no problem.
Nice.
Couldn't believe it. But I asked for what I wanted, and he gave it to me. And I think in part because he saw that things were soaring,
So
and he
great.
just didn't want to get in the way in any way.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, there's an idea.
That's a good
But
one.
what has you think of that?
Okay, let's see. Well, there's something about my health is just, I need to prioritize my health a lot more, regardless. Even if I'm just working on the money and the abundance, like I need to prioritize my health. I need to prioritize exercising like 5 times a week. It's just key for me. It just keeps my whole spirit alive.
Yeah.
I think if
Yeah.
I just
That's such a good idea,
like
though,
the
but I'm thinking you've thought of that. It's okay if you've thought of it, it's just that it doesn't count in our little game.
Okay, busted. I do have it on a card. It
Yeah,
felt
that's all
fresh
right.
in the moment.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. But I love what you're doing right now because you are thinking.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm here to do, is get you to think.
Right.
How to handle your health, how to handle your money, how to get your workout. Something you haven't thought of before.
Let's see. I think maybe teach at a place that's already established. I'm doing this once in the summer. I'm going to teach at Esalen. But I'm thinking like, now that I'm teaching there, I could go to places like Omega in New York and in Boulder, Colorado, there's another place or two, and I could just try to do like a little bit of a circuit.
Yeah.
And that way it builds the reputation that way.
Yeah.
That feels like a good one. Like just build on that success that I have at Esalen and start doing that more.
Yeah. Well, I just got goosebumps all over because I really like that. And part of what I like is that the old adage that you can't be what do they call it, in your own land, you can't be a prophet.
In your own.
Yeah, you can't
That's
be
true.
a prophet in your own
I'm
land.
definitely feeling that.
Yeah,
That's a big
it's
one.
so true. But and so I mean, first of all, you got into Esalen. That's really hard to get into, and that opens the door to Omega. It opens the door in all these other centers around the country.
Right.
And as soon as you get over a couple 100 miles away from home, people think you're a lot smarter.
I know, it's true. I've been feeling that. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. So I really like it. It's how I developed my business. I just traveled coast to coast. I traveled all through Canada. I traveled in every single state in the U.S. And the last place to adopt my textbook was where I graduated from college. I mean, it wasn't the last, but it was. I was already adopted.
I'm totally
It
getting
was the
that.
best-selling college text in America, and finally, where I graduated from college, they used it.
Yeah, okay. That feels so accurate.
Yeah, yeah, good thinking. Good thinking.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. So here's another, which is to completely change the way you look. By the way, I don't think there's anything wrong with the way you look. I'm just trying to throw out an idea that's wild and crazy that I've never said before. And so maybe what you do is you start wearing orange robes and shave your head. Or you start wearing just a little loincloth, which of course you take off when you're teaching, and shave your head. Or you get gold caps on 3 of your teeth. So people only look at your mouth when you're teaching, not the rest of your naked body. So, you change something exterior, physical, and it's not just an outward symbol to the people around you, but it's really kind of an inner message that things are shifting. It's an idea.
Okay, yeah, I hear it. Okay,
Give me another
let's
idea.
sit with that. I think changing my teaching style a little bit, or dramatically changing what I do when I teach to be a little more. I think the tradition I came out with is so sedentary, and yet what I have to offer has so much to do with embodiment and movement and like empowerment, and so I think I need to like bring a lot more movement and yeah, just the whole embodied piece and make it more dynamic. What I do when I teach, just a creative element.
Yeah. Well, it's the first time I met you. You were dancing.
Yeah, that's right.
And I met you because my friend said, boy, that guy really knows how to dance, and I see him dancing every week.
Yeah.
And he's also a great teacher. And so I thought, wow, if he can teach and dance like that, I want to meet him.
Yeah. So I can see a synergizing of those two things in a big way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
It's like those little fish hooks on your
Yeah.
image. It's nice.
Yeah. That's really good. So you're looking at ways to improve your health, ways to improve your finances, ways to get your work out into the world.
Yeah, and just kind of boost up to this other. To me, it's just like a whole experience of life that I could feel. I can just feel like there's this barrier. Here I am, there's this barrier, there's the other side where I'm making more money, I'm more healthy, and things are just more, they're more fulfilled, more satisfying, more abundant.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's really the goal that I'm wanting. And it feels like they somehow work together. And that's, so.
Well, I think they really work together. So I want to talk about a variation of the Find a Bigger Problem, which is that you improve your finances and you improve your health in order to improve your teaching. So that not just to get your teaching out, but to actually to improve your teaching. This is related to when I first started to teach. I'd get done with the day and I'd be exhausted. I'd just crash. And so I went to other teachers who taught full days, and I got suggestions. And one of the best suggestions I got was to train like a marathon athlete. Because he said, you really are running a marathon. You're just standing in place while you run it. But you're putting out the same kind of energy and the same kind of even water, because when you speak, we kind of spit a little.
Yeah.
Sorry, but we do, and you dehydrate.
Right,
so
right.
drink lots of water and train like a marathon. So and you do it though not in service of your health, but in service of the teaching.
The teaching.
And same way with your money. You get your money handled, not just because you got your money handled, but you've seen it's a barrier. So you do it in the service of your teaching.
Right, right. Okay, I like that. That's beautiful. Because the teaching is precious.
Yeah.
It's very unique.
And it's the thing you're most motivated about. I mean, I know you're motivated to get your money handled, but in a way it becomes a drag.
Right.
Just like sometimes exercising to me sometimes is a drag, but if I see it in service of my teaching, service of others, then it's not a drag.
Right, exactly. Exactly. That is what I'm most motivated by.
Yeah.
So that's good.
So give me two more.
Okay. I'm imagining friends. I'm imagining like there's some really solid guys in my life, and I'm imagining getting them together and asking them like I did this for a friend yesterday, or not yesterday, but the day before the workshop. I sat with him and we were just talking, and I was like, dude, if you just did A, B, C, D, and E, you'd be boom. And he was like, whoa, that's what I've been looking for the whole time. And so I'm thinking just gather like 3 or 4 of my really solid friends who know me and just say, I'm giving you permission. I want you to be my PR guy. What would you say that I need to do to catalyze this new shift?
Yeah.
And I feel like there are guys in my life who could really give me some powerful reflections and ideas.
And I'll bet that there are people in your life who would not only do that once, but who would be willing to meet with you every single month for at least 6 months. That's what you get asked for.
That feels key to me.
Every single month.
Yeah, that's a big one. So that's huge for me, is that consistency.
Yeah.
I've always been like, stop, start,
Yeah.
Because things start to get better, and then I take away whatever it is, the healer or the guide or the coach or the whatever it is. And so that consistency is key.
So it's a great idea, and all I'm adding there is the consistency and the longevity.
Yeah.
It's what my wife attributes her multi-million-dollar success to. It's what she called a mastermind group. And she just asked them, they were volunteers. But people love to give.
Totally.
And they're just going to give you their best listening, their best advice. And you just kind of know that you've got that collection of really powerful people behind you. Really good idea.
Nice, okay.
One more.
Isn't it your turn? Oh, you just piggybacked.
Yeah. I just changed the rules. So we're about done.
Come on, let's both think. Let's see. Some of the other ones that I thought of are coming back, so, but a new one. Feel a little tapped out.
All right, well, you'll get the next one right after this one, which is go find someone who's been interested in your teaching, who's been to some of your seminars and some of your talks, and offer and find someone who has some health problems and some money problems, and become their partner.
Oh.
So really become their guide, their coach, their teacher, not just their coach, their guide, their mentor, their teacher
Okay.
on how to handle their health problems and their money problems.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Because you know how to do it. And it's a whole lot easier to instruct, teach another.
That's for sure.
And though, it's also really hard not to follow your own teaching.
That's brilliant.
So
Okay, that's a good one.
there's a good one. And the last one, the last really killer idea, the last really great idea for how to get your workout.
Wow, this just hit. There's a patience factor. I'm pushing a little too hard. Like, I've had this in the past where if I just chill out for like a season, then on the other side of that, it goes boom. And I'm just getting that, like, the next couple months, there's a couple vacations I want to take. I want to go to Hawaii, and I'm doing more work in Hawaii, which is there. I'll still stay connected to this and stay in it, but not push in that way. It's like when I push, then it's like, so anyway, I'm just getting like to just chill for a few months, and then on the other side of that, there's going to be the expansion. Just do these things that we've talked about, but not push.
Yeah. See, I think that that's so consistent, even though I don't know your teaching. I bet that's very consistent with your teaching.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Which is that the resistance causes persistence.
Yeah.
The fighting causes a fight back.
Yeah, exactly.
And in a way, you're fighting with the universe who isn't seem to be cooperating right now. So you're just going to chill out, step back, take some actions, but do them lightly,
That's
easily,
good. That's really
joyfully.
important. I love these little ding, ding, dings.
Yeah,
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah. Now, who took notes? Joanne wrote all that stuff down.
Oh, nice.
And we got way more than 7. I know they weren't all great, but I think there was a couple of great ones in there.
Thank
And
you.
mostly what I think is you saw that with a little persistence, you keep thinking.
Yeah,
You keep thinking.
totally.
Good job.
That's great. Thanks, Tim.
All right.
Appreciate it a lot.